svgcoop.com, and we are here working on a new card for you. I'm going to be doing a Haunted Mansion Halloween themed card. So I'm going to start with, you're going to cut your background piece. It's got a score line in the back. This is going to make a 5x7 card. And I'm just going to start by putting my background on. I'm going to use some score tape here. This is Suk Wang score tape. I got it from Amazon. You can buy them in sets of 5-packs. So I'm just going to start by putting in my first, just my background layers for the inside of my card. I'm just going to put it along the top here and the bottom, like this. And you just give that a good little rub, and it's easy to peel the paper off. And you just want to get that centered right on your section of the page. This is the inside of my card. So just pull this off. And get this one in. And I think what we'll do is we'll start with the front of our card. So there's a score line here, so I'm just going to fold this in half right on the score line. And you don't need a score tool again. This will just cut with your Cricut, so you don't have to worry about a score tool. And I have the same paper. I inked it along the outside just to give it that kind of haunted feeling. So I'm going to, again, just put some score tape along the top and the bottom. Like that. And get that on there like so. And then, because I want it to look like the Haunted Mansion, we're going to have a little bit of wallpaper. So I'm going to put this along the bottom as well. You're going to have this piece that's going to go on the inside pieces as well. So we're just going to, we'll build the front first and then we can do the inside. So I'm just going to line this right up with my bottom piece. Like that. And everybody needs a chair rail, so I'm just going to put a piece of white here as a chair rail. And I'm just going to get that lined up like that. Okay, now the next step is I purchased this silver paper. Just show you what it is. It's V-like silver paper. They use it to put on cabinets and things like that, but I wanted to have like a mirror sort of reflective thing going on here. So I put it on, when I cut it with my Cricut, I put it on a little bit heavier than an iron-on, because if I tried cutting it with the vinyl setting and it was too thick for that. So I'm just going to peel this off. And it's a sticker, essentially. I'm just going to get that right in the center of my card. Like that. And then you're going to have a frame. So I'm going to get some glue here. Let's see. Around my edge here. Now you can cut this out of paper as well. I just wanted to do this mirror sort of idea. Get that on there like that. Okay. And then I have my little bit of vinyl here. We have two sayings. One is Room for One More and then Halloween. So I'm just going to get my transfer tape. Okay, so I have my transfer tape and I'm just going to put that right over my Halloween here and give it a rub. And I just want to put that right on the center of my card. Okay, and then we also have the decorative part of the frame, so I'm just going to put a little glue on here. To sort of make it look like an old time, you know, ghosty frame here. Put a little glue. And I'm just going to get that kind of centered on there, like that. And you have a nice little kind of antique looking frame there. Okay, so now for the inside, we're going to be adding some ghosts that are Haunted Mansion themed. So I'm just going to move these aside for the moment. And you're going to have two main pieces. Your first piece is going to look like this. And I'm just going to zoom in for a second so you can see this. So there's two holes here and two cut lines here. Then there's some score lines in here that are a little bit hard to see. But what we're going to do is you're going to fold this in half first. Just like that. And then once you fold it in half, you're going to see there's a score line that goes from here to up here. And so if you just pinch it right on that score line, and you can fold it right on the score line, and you want to just go back and forth with that. So you fold it both ways, like this. And then when we open it, you're going to have two more score lines right here and here. We're just going to fold those down this way. Okay, so now what we want to do is, if you're holding it by the two tabs on the bottom, if you push this down, you'll see that it'll start to fold, and you just want to kind of fold that like that, okay? All right, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to put some score tape. You can use glue. You want to use a strong glue or a strong score tape here. So I'm just going to put 2 rows of score tape on here, on both of the glue tabs. That'll help hold our card together nice and strong. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to get it so that my card stays inside the surrounding part of my card. I want to line this up, this edge, with the center line here. So I just want to make sure I'm lined up right there. And let's see. Just want to double check here. This is going to open up this way. I think actually, maybe we want to put it a little higher. Let's see. Actually, before we do that, let's get our background on here. So I'm just going to put some score tape on the top and bottom here. Sometimes I forget to do that part, and then I look back and whoops, so I have to redo my cards. So this time, let's see if we can get this on here the first time. Okay, I'm just going to line this right up with the bottom. And of course, you can see that. I think I lined up right with the bottom. Got a puppy hair in there. Okay, get this one lined up. And then the same with our chair rail here. I'm just going to put some tape on here. And on that side. Is that going on? Let's get that lined up. Okay, we're going to be working on now the mechanism piece in the inside part of our card. So I'm just going to put some of these pieces aside. You're going to start with a piece that looks like this, and it's got some cutouts in it and a couple of lines, and there's a lot of score lines. So we're just going to fold this on the center score line right in half, like this. And then it's going to have a score line that goes diagonally here, and it ends right where this cut ends. So what you want to do is pinch it right where it meets at the end here, and you're just going to fold that up, and you're just going to give that a good rub, and you want to fold it the other direction so it goes both ways. And then when you open it up, there's two score lines here, so we're just going to fold back and forth on these two score lines. And these are going to be our glue tabs. Okay, so while you're holding it like this, you're going to hold the two glue tabs basically with your fingers, and you're just going to press down this upper part. And then we want to, as you're holding that, just want to fold that together. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to hold it together. Then what we want to do is we're going to place this on our card, but what we want to do is we want to make sure that wherever we place it, that we have enough room when we close the card that it fits inside. So what I want to do, I'm going to sit this flat this way, and once you want to line it up with this crease inside the main part of your card. So I'm just going to put some tape here along the underneath portion of my glue tab. I'm going to put two rows, and I'm going to pull that. Okay, and I'm just going to make sure again that my line is straight along with the base of my card. And I'm going to put that like that, and then we're going to fold this over like this. And I want to put some score tape here on the other side. Like this. And then you can pull the tape off. And you can fold your card over and just give that a little rub right there. And now we're going to have our card, we'll sit like this. So once we kind of get it practice folding, it'll pop like that. Okay? So now what we want to do is we need to build on top of here. So you're going to have a piece that kind of looks like a pair of glasses. I'm going to just zoom out here a little bit so you can see. So we have this piece that looks like little glasses. You're going to have 4 ovals that have thicker rim to them. And then you're going to have 2 thin ones. And then you're also going to have, I did these in a print and cut. These are the 3 ghosts from the Haunted Mansion ride. Let me just zoom in here a second so you can see those. Okay, so those are going to be our 3 ghosts. And then I also cut out room for 1 more out of vinyl. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start building this up a little bit. So with this piece with our eyeglasses, there's actually a score line in the middle, so you're just going to fold that right on the score line. Let me zoom back out here. You're going to fold it right in the center score line. But before we insert this, what I want to do is I'm going to actually build this up a little bit. So you're going to have the 2 thicker frames. I'm just going to use some glue. And I'm going to put that sort of around the closer to the center of the edge here. And I'm gonna glue that on both sides. Here, that will help give some strength to our frame, but it'll also make it so it matches our other pieces. So you're just gonna glue that right on. Actually, maybe I'll put the glue on this side this time. Maybe a little easier. I'll take the second one. You're just gonna line that right up. Okay. Then we have these little scalloped edges. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. Oops. And I'm just going to get that centered on there. And the second one. These will match our cover of our card. We'll just get that centered. Okay. Get some of my glue off there. Alright, well, we're going to put that aside for the minute. We'll pull our card back out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be putting some bases on here. So we're going to have some, actually, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to have some cutouts from the inner parts of these circles. And I think what I want to do, because I'm going to be using the silver that we cut out before, since it's a little bit flimsy, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this on here as a base background. And you will have the ovals in the file that you can cut this. So I'm just going to put some glue kind of up here and here. And I'm just going to glue that right on, so we just have something to hold our silver piece. Otherwise, you could just cut those pieces right out of cardstock and you wouldn't have to do this. But because I'm using this reflective paper, it's too thin, it won't hold itself up. Okay, so I'm going to these are like peel on sticker type things like I said before, so I'm just going to pull the paper off. And I'm going to stick this to our background. There's one. Do that carefully. Oops. I'll try that right from the edge this way. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so since I'm using the silver and there's not enough space here to hold the whole thing and it would stick, I cut the same file that I used to cut these silver circles out of cardstock. So I'm just going to peel this off first and get this right in there. Hold on one second. Okay, so I'm just going to peel this. You have to kind of find just the right spot to get it to peel. There we go. I'm just going to use this as backing for it. So just get that on there. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other one. Same thing. This way it gives us a better gluing surface. And then this obviously won't stick to the rest of our card where we don't want it to. So I'm just going to put that right in there. Okay. Then I can put some glue on our backing here. I'm just going to line that right up with the top. And with this one as well. Get that lined up with the top. And I'm just going to fold this over. Give it a good rub so everything kind of goes into place. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to put my two, before I put actually these frames, I have my ghosts, so that we're going to have one sitting in each one of the frames. And I also am going to put the words in here. So what I want to do actually is I think I'm going to just get these glued on in the center. Actually, I think I'm going to use the tape. And get that glued in like this. And I just want to get him in the center. Same with ghost number 2. Just put some transfer tape. And ghost number 3. And I like the transfer tape because it is better at sticking on kind of strange surfaces. I'm not sure how the glue would work on the top part of the silver, so this is a little bit safer to choose. Okay, and we'll get him in there. Okay, so now I think what I'm going to do, we'll get these frames on around our little guys here. So I'm going to put the wide frame down first. Hoping that the glue will stick to this pretty good. Okay, and then our little frames are going to go on top of that, our little scalloped frame. And we'll go this way. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my transfer tape, and I'm just going to take my room for one more here. then what's going to happen, hopefully, is when somebody looks at it, it's a little bit reflective, and the room for one more would be you, right? Just get that little, okay. Then what we want to do, I'm just going to fold this again to just make sure it's doing the right thing. Then what we want to do is we're going to insert what the piece that looks like our glasses. So I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit more. So these are just going to sit inside these slots. So you just want to try and get that in there. You can bend the end tab if you need to. You just fold this down a little bit like this and get that in there. And then once it's in, you can undo the tab here like this. Okay? And then we'll do the other side. I'm going to fold that down. Get that in there like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to fold that over. Make sure that everything is good. And that's going to be our card. So when you open and close it, you can see your face and see there's room for one more. Now the other thing is, if you wanted to, you could take any one of the ovals that are left over, and you have a few sizes, but you could put something here with a message. You could have a white piece, you know, and use the extra rims. You could even layer this with one of the smaller ones and then put, you know, a note, whatever you like, but it's got a little bit of flexibility there. You can put it over here, you can put it, you know, something up top, wherever you want. You'll have all those extra pieces from cutting out your card. But anyway, that's our pop-up card for today. I hope that you enjoy the card and you enjoy making it as much as I did. Alright, so thanks for watching. We'll be back with more videos.